Hey everybody, Scott Martin here. Welcome to my blog, which I like to call Jazz Pop. Now, Jazz Pop is going to be the name of my new record, and this blog is going to be about sharing that music with you as I work on it here in the studio. And the song you heard behind the logo there was called College, and it's the first song I'm working on, and it kind of deals with some of the sounds and ideas that interested me while I was in college, and it's focused around this bass sound here from this Mini Moog synthesizer that I got even before college when I was in high school. And that's why I'm wearing the lab coat too, kind of, to get across this image that, well, first of all, in the old days, that's the way engineers and assistant engineers used to dress. If you look back at some of the old Beatles photos and stuff. But yeah, the process of recording is a kind of a scientific side to music, and playing is one thing, but figuring out how to present what you play is a whole nother. So I thought we would talk about some of that here with this song, College. So here's a little bit more of it. All right. Okay. Well, I hope you liked that. And that was the first two sections of College, an A and a B, a verse and a bridge. And that's kind of what I'm going to be going for each track on this record is a basic track that, is tight, well put together, feels good, and is like set up to have overdubs, like vocals, background vocals, other instruments, other players, things like that. But I do spend time. I spent pretty much time, you'd be surprised, just kind of aligning that and making it all fit together. Just using a few sounds. The idea being that the less sounds, the better each one can come across, because there's not a lot of clutter, and you can make sure they're really working together. So you heard the Mini Moog sound, and one of the other important sounds is this electric piano sound, which is like a real classic 70s sound. It has a little bit of tremolo on it. You're kind of waving a little bit. Anyway, so that... oh yeah, okay. Make sure it's recording. So basically the A section of College is like an old jazz song form, I Got Rhythm, George Gershwin. It's like the verse of I Got Rhythm. And this bass line, that's like a very standard kind of rhythm changes bass part. But what kind of got me around to doing that is these chords that I learned while I was in college from my friend Clyde Kreiner, who is a great pianist that was at the New England Conservatory in Boston with me. And he showed me these diminished approach chords. So you play a diminished chord that leads to a seventh chord, and it sounds really cool, 3-note voicings, and it's kind of gospel-y. It goes like this. So that's the beginning of it, and then when it goes back down, you using different kind of chords. Stevie Wonder liked these chords. It's just like triads that you superimpose in the circle of fifths. So that's kind of the A section. And then for the bridge, like the standard I Get Rhythm bridge would go to the 3 chords. So you'd have like a in another circle of fifths. But I knew I wanted to do something different, and so I went to like a far away chord from the tonic chord. I went to the tritone and kind of switched things up. So, and we skipped a beat or two too, so it went like this. And then just transpose that down 2 steps. So that's like another kind of chord progression, you know, that I was interested in at the time, is using these sus chords. So the 70s kind of thing. So, you know, those are the things I was learning about that were kind of the newer forms of harmony from, you know, what the kind of the jazz voicings I knew from high school and stuff like that. And, you know, you'll find that a lot of jazz songs that are instrumentals are written based on kind of jazz vocabulary and patterns and motifs and things like that, as opposed to like, you know, like a theme, like, oh, my heart is broken. But we'll have some of those too, don't worry. Those will be like the vocal songs. You know, when you're writing lyrics, maybe you'll get, you know, an idea for a theme like that. Whereas when there's no lyrics, usually it's like a musical gesture, a theme that you work on. Anyway, before we go today, I wanted to talk a little bit about this groovy logo that my friend Sarah Mount painted, actually. She's very old school. She's a musician and a artist, and she did the logo for my record label too, Liberian Handshake Records. But here's a little clip of Sarah and I getting together in Denver at the Shake Shack when she gave me this painting. Okay, so here we are at the Shake Shack in Denver with Sarah Mount, who did the beautiful artwork for our jazz pop album, which is a painting. And she also did our Liberian Handshake Records logo, which I'll throw up too, but you want to say hi, say anything?
Hi, thanks for supporting and thanks for watching.
All right, Sarah's a wonderful artist and a wonderful musician. So please stay tuned. You know, I'm learning as we go here. You can see I'm probably not as relaxed as your favorite television personality. And, but I'm having fun. And hopefully I'll be back within a month to go into the next song, which, you know, will absolutely be one that has vocals. And there's a lot of cool things I have on my list of songs. I have about 13 or so songs that I want to try to get done this way. And I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. Please share it with your friends, and you know, keep following here at Scott Martin Music blog on Facebook, and I'll probably put it up on YouTube too at Liberian Handshake Records YouTube page. Anyway, I love you guys, and it's my birthday today. A year ago, I released my first record on the Liberian Handshake Records label called Alone at Sunset. That's available Spotify, Apple Music. Just search Scott Martin, Alone at Sunset. It's a great, more traditional, classic acoustic jazz record with lots of great vocalists, lyricists, and original music. And so I want to start right into this new project, different style music that will hopefully give you a different side of my style, and also help direct people back to my earlier record and to the record label, and to all of the music that we're going to be doing in the future. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.